So today we'll discuss about material balance of the different products from the vacuum distillation column. So first we should know the combinations of different operations in vacuum distillation column. So we know that there are two types of distillates, lube types and fuel type. In the residue we have also two types, pitch and asphalt type. So if we go for the combinations, we can find there are four different combinations of these distillate and residue. For example, we can go for the lube type, and with the lube type pitch operations we can go for the lube type asphalt operations, fuel type pitch operations, fuel type asphalt operations. So these are the four different possibilities. So we are going to learn about these two operations, that is the fuel pitch operations and lube asphalt operations, how to calculate these things. So let us take the first example, and that is the lube asphalt operation. In the lube asphalt operation, this is a graph, and where that graph is basically used to help find out the amount of the asphalt and the amount of the lube. This is the overall whole TUP crude oil. So how we can use it? So this is basically used for the calculation of the asphalt operation, lube asphalt operations. So this is the equation for the given TUP graph. Y is equal to 12.958x plus 27.533, where y is basically the temperature and x is the volume percentage. So if we put any value of x, we can find out the y value or vice versa. Now let us take a simple example for this one. For example, if we want to carry out the material balance for the distillate with the lube asphalt operation, so for the given conditions, and these are the given conditions. So asphalt conditions are given in terms of penetration index. So it is given at 77 degree Fahrenheit. The penetration index is 80. Similarly, the production of a lube is basically, there are two different lubes we are going to produce. One is called the heavy lube cut, and the second is called the light lube cut. So their specifications are given in terms of viscosity. So at 100 degree Fahrenheit, the viscosity of heavy lube cut is 700 SSU. This is a unit, 7-volt universal viscometer basically. And at the same 100 degree Fahrenheit, for the light lube cut, the viscosity is lesser. It is about 100 SSU. So these are three conditions that are given for the calculations of the different fractions of lube asphalt operation. We have to find out the range and the yield of asphalts, heavy lube cut, light lube cut, and obviously few materials are left, and that portion of material is known as the gas oil. So we will look that thing in more clearly in the graphical representation. So now come to the step-by-step solution. So what are the solution? Our first step is to find out the asphalt yield. We can use either graph or the equation. Our second step is we can find out the mid volume percent of heavy lube and light lube using the either figure or the equation. So mid volume percent, with the help of that mid volume percent we can find the range also, and the remaining material in the feedstock can be adjusted for the gas oil, light vacuum gas oil, heavy vacuum gas oil, medium vacuum gas oil, and so on. So for example, in our given case, we can use this graph. This is a graph for 77 degree Fahrenheit, and this is a graph for 32 degree Fahrenheit. So we have to use the graph of 77 degree Fahrenheit because the given condition is at 77. So this is the penetration index. This is given. We have to find out the asphalt yield on the whole crude basis in the percentage. So x-axis we have to find out with the help of the y-axis. So very easy. This is the FT value. We can find it, or we can use this equation. This is y is equal to 0.00 x square plus 0.0645 x plus 19 point something. So where you have to take care about y is the yield and x is the penetration index. So you have to put simply the value of x as a y as 80 degree in this case. and we can find out the Y, that is the yield value. So we can use this equation to find out. And then the next step is the viscosity of the lube cuts are given. So this is a graph for the viscosity of lube cuts. This is about 100 degree Fahrenheit and this is a 210 degree Fahrenheit. So our graph, we have to use this one, 100 degree Fahrenheit, because the conditions are given at 100 degrees Celsius. This is a viscosity, y-axis is a viscosity, x-axis is the mid volume percent of that one. So y-axis is given, in our case we have to find out the x-axis. So similarly we can convert this graph, this line, into the equations, and this is the equation. Y is equal to 10.605 ln x plus 3.33, where x is the viscosity and y is the mid volume percent on the whole crude. So we have to find out the y for the given x value. So after putting these values, these are basically the complete given conditions. The feed that is going into the column is given, their range is 52 to 100 volume percent, penetration index is given, viscosity of heavy and viscosity of light lube cuts are given, and also one more thing is given, that is the yield. Heavy lube cuts are produced at a 6 volume percent of the whole crude, and the light lube cuts is a 4 volume percent. So these are the informations given for the calculations. With the help of this equation, penetration index, we can find out that the asphalt yield is 23.8 volume percent. So means out of this value, 23.8 volume percent is for the asphalt. Then we can use this viscosity equations. We can find out the mid volume percent of heavy lube cut at 72.8, and similarly mid volume percent of the light lube cut is 56.5 volume percent. So these three informations are very important. This is the direct value of yield, this is not the direct value, this is the one midpoint of the heavy and this is the midpoint of the light. So these informations are basically calculated, now available. So with the help of these three informations, what we can do, we can find out everything. For example, if you take subtract the from 100 to 23.8, it comes about 76.2. So asphalt range is 76.2 to 100 as per the given yield. Feed range, this is given already. Then now come to the mid volume percent. Mid volume percent of a heavy lube cut is 72.8 and the yield is given as 6. So 6 is the yield volume percent. So what it means that we can explain it in the graph. For example, this is a graph, these are the ranges, initial value and final value. So these are not given for the light lube and heavy cute. These are the fireman's initial. This is the mid volume percent. So this is given. In our case, this is given. We have to find out this value and this value. This is also given. This is given. This is given. So this value is 6, and this value is 72.8. So what will be this value? This value will be 3, half of the 6. So just minus 72.8 minus 3 gives the final value, give the initial value, and 72.8 plus 3 give the final value. So in this way we can find out the heavy lube cut ranges. Similarly light lube cut ranges can also be found, because this value is given and the mid volume percent is calculated with the help of the earlier graph. So in this way we can find out all the products. You can look here in the graph more properly. This is a graph. This is about the basically the 0 to 52 volume percent, that is not related with the vacuum. This is a feed for the vacuum, and this is divided into two parts. One part is asphalt and the remaining is distillates. In the distillate there are one part that is a heavy lube cut, 69.8 to 75.8. Still a very small fraction, that is 75.8 to 66.2, that is missing here. Similarly light lube cut is also given here. So in fact this value and these three values, these three portions of the feed of the vacuum is missing. So these three are known as the gas oil. So first one is the light gas oil, second is the medium vacuum gas oil, and this is a heavy vacuum gas oil. So we can find the range of these gas oil also. For example, this range is started from 52 to 54.5, This is started from 58.5 to 69. This is started from 69 to 58.8. Sorry, 75.8 to 76.2 small fractions. In this way we can find out everything, all these basically every steps. So there are 3 products of gas oil and 2 products of lube and 1 product of asphalts. So 1 2 3 4 5 6, there are 6 products. So we can write down all these 6 in this way. Feed is given, LVGO is given, now calculated, a light lube cut, heavy lube cut, sorry, MVGO, that is a mid volume gas oil, and then heavy lubricating oil, then heavy vacuum gas oil, and then asphalt. These are all these streams, the range are given, the yields are given. Okay, thank you very much.